feeling burdened by financial struggles, despite your faith and dedication to living a life aligned with God's purpose? Have you questioned why, even with your commitment, life's hardships seem relentless? If you're someone who strives to walk a path of integrity and trust in God, yet find yourself weighed down by financial lack, this message is for you. In today's video, we will explore the deeper reasons behind these challenges. Together, we'll uncover why chosen ones, those called by God for a higher purpose, often face these very trials. This isn't a tale of punishment, but of divine refinement, designed to sharpen your wisdom and strengthen your spirit. You'll gain insight into how these financial struggles may be a form of spiritual warfare, a test of resilience, and a call to D. Stay with us as we delve into these profound truths, helping you not only understand the purpose behind your trials, but also guiding you toward a horizon filled with spiritual growth, peace, and renewed purpose. If this resonates with you, please like this video and subscribe to Christian Philosophy Daily. You are not alone on this path. Let's uncover the wisdom that will illuminate your way forward, in line with God's ultimate plan for you. Financial struggle as a tool for spiritual refinement. Have you ever wondered why financial struggle seems to shadow your path, even as you commit yourself to a life of faith and purpose? You may feel as though, despite your sincere efforts to live according to God's will, financial abundance remains distant, just beyond your grasp. It can leave you questioning, doubting, and even asking yourself, is this struggle a sign that I'm doing something wrong? Or, why would God allow me to endure this hardship? Today, we're going to look at these struggles through a different lens, exploring how financial challenges might not be signs of failure or punishment, but rather sacred tools of divine refinement. In fact, for those chosen by God, those called for a higher purpose, financial struggle can often be a deliberate and meaningful part of His divine plan. You see, financial hardship has the potential to strip away illusions and distractions, leaving you face to face with a truth that runs deeper than material comfort. As difficult as it may feel, this season of struggle might be designed to draw you closer to God, to instill in you a reliance on His provision rather than on worldly wealth. In the Bible, we see examples of God using periods of lack to refine His people. When the Israelites journeyed through the wilderness, He provided manna from heaven, teaching them to depend on His daily sustenance rather than amassing worldly riches. This was not a lesson in survival alone, but a lesson in faith and trust. A call to recognize that true security lies not in what we can see or hold, but in God's constant, unseen presence. Imagine viewing your financial struggles not as setbacks, but as opportunities. Each time you face a new challenge, there's a chance to lean into God's wisdom. Trust that He is providing exactly what you need for this moment, and let go of the worldly notion that wealth equals success. This period of hardship could be God's way of preparing you for something greater, a purpose beyond personal gain, a life aligned with His divine wisdom. For many chosen ones, the pursuit of wealth is replaced by a pursuit of spiritual growth. God knows that if you are to fulfill His purpose, your heart and mind must be freed from any dependence on material things. Financial abundance, though often desired, can lead to misplaced priorities. And for those called by God, this journey isn't about accumulating wealth. It's about developing resilience, integrity, and pure faith. Through financial struggle, God may be shaping you to become a vessel for His work, strengthening you to stand firm against the storms of life, with a faith that remains unshaken by external circumstances. So, if you're facing financial challenges right now, let this message be a reminder. You're not alone, and this struggle is not without meaning. God may be guiding you to build a life that reflects His values, one rooted in spiritual abundance and eternal purpose. Embrace this journey as part of God's call to you, a call to find true wealth in faith, integrity, and resilience. Together, we'll uncover the wisdom that turns hardship into growth, struggle into strength, and help us live in alignment with God's eternal plan, embracing gratitude and acceptance in financial hardship. Are you weighed down by the constant strain of financial limitations? It's natural to feel frustrated, even disheartened, when your circumstances seem to conflict with your faith, making it difficult to understand why financial stability eludes you. You may even find yourself wondering, what am I missing? Or how could this be part of God's plan? It's easy to feel left behind, watching others experience financial abundance while you struggle to make ends meet. Yet what if this season of lack is a purposeful invitation to embrace gratitude and acceptance? In today's world, we're often conditioned to measure our worth by what we possess. Society teaches that wealth is synonymous with success and that financial abundance is the ultimate goal. However, for the chosen ones, those called by God to a higher purpose, financial struggle may have a different meaning altogether. It can be a profound spiritual exercise, inviting you to redefine wealth, not as a measure of material possession, but as a deeper connection with God's provision, even in moments of scarcity. Consider the beauty and power of gratitude. In moments of financial hardship, gratitude allows you to focus on what is truly valuable in your life, shifting your attention away from what you lack and toward the blessings you already have. Gratitude is not merely an emotion, it is a practice, a conscious choice to see beyond your immediate struggles and recognize the quiet provisions God places in your path. By practicing gratitude in financial struggle, you align your heart with God's will, embracing His blessings, no matter how small they may seem. This act of gratitude can transform your perception, opening your heart to see that God's care and provision are always present, even when wealth is not. Acceptance, too, plays a crucial role in this journey. Financial hardship can serve as an opportunity to practice true acceptance, not as a form of resignation, but as a recognition that God's plan is perfect, even when it's hard to understand. Embracing your current circumstances with acceptance can liberate you from the weight of comparison and self-doubt. Instead of viewing yourself through the lens of what you lack, acceptance allows you to see your worth through God's eyes, understanding that He values you not for what you have, but for who you are. Imagine how your life might change if you approached financial struggle with both gratitude and acceptance. Each day becomes an opportunity to strengthen your trust in God's sovereignty, to rest in His care, and to grow in spiritual resilience. This isn't about ignoring your needs. Rather, it's about trusting that God is guiding you through this season for a purpose that extends beyond worldly understanding. If financial lack has been a source of pain, let today's message be a reminder that you are being called to something greater. A life where your peace and self-worth are no longer tethered to your bank account. God may be using this season to free you from the false promises of wealth, helping you find true contentment in His provision, even when it looks different from what the world expects. Together, let us walk this path of faith, finding strength in gratitude, acceptance, and the unwavering belief that God's plans are always for our ultimate good. Spiritual transformation through financial trials. Are you finding yourself struggling with financial limitations that seem impossible to overcome? Perhaps you're asking, why am I facing this when I've committed my life to following God? It's natural to feel frustrated, even discouraged by financial hardship. But what if these challenges are not signs of neglect or punishment, but rather opportunities for spiritual transformation? Today, we'll explore how financial struggle, as challenging as it may feel, can be a means to deepen your faith, purify your heart, and bring you closer to the essence of God's purpose for you. Throughout Scripture, we see that financial hardship is a common thread in the journeys of many chosen by God. It's a process of refinement, not unlike gold being purified in fire. Just as gold is melted down to remove impurities, so too may you be going through this season to cleanse and strengthen your spirit. The fire of financial struggle has a way of burning away what is unnecessary, allowing you to emerge with pure faith, a heart aligned with God's will, and a mind free from the distractions of material concerns. In many ways, these trials are a tool to bring you to a state of spiritual readiness, where you can hear God's voice and feel His guidance more clearly. Imagine each financial challenge as an invitation from God to let go of what does not serve His purpose for you. Every worry, every doubt, and every fear can be seen as an opportunity to lean deeper into faith, to embrace the security that comes not from material abundance, but from knowing that God is with you in every moment. In a world that often equates wealth with success, God may be using this season to guide you toward a life that values faith, resilience, and integrity above all else. Instead of seeing financial struggles as setbacks, view them as divine appointments and chances to grow in the qualities that will sustain you through life's many seasons. This transformation isn't easy and it's not immediate, but the rewards are profound. When you release attachment to wealth, you begin to see God's provision in every aspect of your life. The Bible often speaks to this transformation. In Psalm 66, verse 10, we read, "For you, God, tested us. You refined us like silver." These words remind us that struggle is often a refining process, a way of aligning your spirit with God's greater purpose. It's through these trials that your heart is prepared, your character refined, and your faith fortified. Imagine a life where you are no longer driven by the need to accumulate, but by the desire to serve. This is the deeper purpose God may be inviting you to embrace through financial struggle. When you focus on aligning your heart with God's, you will find that true wealth lies not in what you have, but in who you are becoming. God's design for you is not limited by earthly definitions of success. He has called you to something greater, and these trials are how He prepares you to fulfill that calling. If financial trials have tested your spirit, remember that you are not alone, and this journey has meaning. Embrace each challenge as part of the path God has set for you, a path leading to strength, resilience, and a faith that remains unshaken. Let today's message encourage you to see this struggle as a part of God's refining process, a chance to align your life with His divine wisdom. Together, let's continue this journey, uncovering the profound wisdom that transforms struggle into growth, faith into resilience, and prepares us to live fully in alignment with God's will. Cultivating compassion and empathy through financial struggles. Are you feeling isolated in your financial hardship, wondering why you, as one called by God, are facing these relentless trials? It's understandable to question the purpose of such hardship, especially when it feels as though the weight of your struggles grows heavier by the day. Yet what if this season of financial struggle is intended not just for your personal growth, but to cultivate in you a deeper empathy and compassion for others? God's wisdom often works in ways beyond our understanding, using what appears as suffering to create within us the capacity to serve and uplift those around us. Financial difficulty has a way of humbling us, bringing us to a place where we understand the trials that others face on a personal level. When you've experienced the weight of financial strain, you understand the quiet struggles many endure daily, often in silence. This experience grants you a unique perspective, allowing you to reach others with compassion and understanding that flows from a heart refined by shared hardship. Consider how empathy is woven into the divine purpose of financial struggle. This isn't simply about enduring hardship, it's about transforming that hardship into a tool for God's work. As you walk this path, you're learning what it feels like to trust God in the absence of material security, developing a deep and enduring empathy that cannot be manufactured or learned solely through words. This empathy becomes a foundation upon which you can build a life of service, where your experiences allow you to guide, comfort, and uplift others who find themselves in similar circumstances. In the Bible, we see that Jesus Himself walked among those in need, not from a place of judgment, but from a place of love, empathy, and understanding. When you experience financial challenges, you too are being called to walk a similar path, one that does not distance you from others, but brings you closer to them. Financial struggle may be God's way of opening your eyes to the hardships around you and nurturing a heart that not only sympathizes, but is driven to action. As your empathy deepens, you'll notice that your heart opens more freely to God's greater purpose. You may find yourself called to use your resources, however limited, to bless others. God does not require you to wait until you have an abundance to give. Instead, He calls you to give from wherever you are, in whatever way you can. When you embrace this journey, each act of kindness and each moment of compassion becomes a testament to God's love at work within you. Through financial struggle, God may be preparing you to serve as a vessel of His love and wisdom. This season teaches you that wealth in the kingdom of God isn't measured by material possessions, but by the richness of your heart, by the depth of your compassion, and by your willingness to uplift others. Imagine the strength and beauty that come from a life built on understanding, kindness, and divine purpose. So, if financial hardship has tested your spirit, let it also open your heart. Embrace this time as a preparation for greater things, as God molds you into a person who can carry His love to others in the most meaningful ways. This path of empathy and compassion is not always easy, but it is profoundly rewarding, filling your life with purpose that money alone could never provide. If this message resonates with you, please like this video and subscribe to Christian Philosophy Daily. Together, let's uncover the wisdom that transforms financial trials into compassion, understanding, and life aligned with God's divine purpose. Developing financial wisdom through trials. Are you finding that each financial challenge you face is testing not only your faith, but also your sense of responsibility? For many chosen by God, the financial struggle can feel like an ongoing series of setbacks. Yet what if these challenges are designed to teach you something profound? The wisdom to steward God's resources with care, humility, and discernment. In a world where wealth often measures success, the financial trials you're experiencing may be God's way of redefining what it means to be rich in His eyes. This journey isn't just about enduring the lack. It's about discovering how to manage the blessings He gives with integrity and wisdom. Through these trials, God may be guiding you to learn principles of financial stewardship that will not only serve your life, but enable you to be a vessel of His blessings for others. Consider how this season of financial struggle could be preparing you for greater responsibilities. You may feel limited now, but in reality, God could be refining you, teaching you to manage even the smallest resources with a heart aligned with His will. This is the foundation upon which He builds those chosen to fulfill His divine purpose. The Bible reminds us of the importance of being faithful with little so that we may be trusted with more. In Luke 16 verse 10, we read, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." Through each financial challenge, God may be teaching you the values of responsibility, patience, and discernment. Imagine how your life might change if you approached each financial decision as an act of stewardship, guided by principles of faith rather than fear. Instead of viewing money as a measure of self-worth, consider it as a tool entrusted to you by God. This shift in perspective allows you to detach from material anxiety and see resources, whether plentiful or limited, as opportunities to glorify God through wise, compassionate choices. It's through this approach that you develop a financial wisdom that's rooted in eternal values rather than the fleeting goals of material wealth. Financial wisdom often requires learning how to prioritize God's purpose over personal desire. Many are tempted to spend in pursuit of comfort or status, yet for those called by God, the call is often to place His will above all. As you learn to prioritize the essentials, the things that align with God's purpose, you also learn to release any attachment to material success. This period of financial struggle is then transformed from a source of frustration into a profound opportunity for growth, preparing you to manage future blessings with integrity and purpose. Imagine a life where you are not defined by what you possess, but by how you steward what you have been given. God is not withholding abundance from you. Rather, He is teaching you how to carry it with responsibility. Each financial decision, each moment of restraint, strengthens the character that will sustain you when greater blessings come. This is how He prepares you, not just to receive but to sustain His blessings in ways that honor Him. So if you're in the midst of financial hardship, let this message remind you that God is building within you a wisdom that transcends numbers and bank balances. He's cultivating in you the character and integrity to steward His resources faithfully. Embrace this journey as a sacred invitation to learn, grow, and align your financial life with the wisdom and purpose of God's kingdom. Together, we'll continue exploring the principles of faith, resilience, and wisdom that transform every trial into a stepping stone toward God's ultimate plan for us. Cultivating patience and resilience through financial struggles. Are you feeling worn down by the relentless weight of financial struggle, wondering why your dedication and faith haven't brought the stability you've been praying for? You're not alone, and your struggle is not in vain. In times like these, it's natural to ask, why is this happening to me? Or what is God's purpose in all this? Financial hardship can feel like a test that never ends, a challenge that stretches you to your limits. Yet, what if this season is not merely about survival, but about developing a deeper resilience and patience within you? For those chosen by God, financial struggles often come not to destroy, but to strengthen. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to deepen your faith, cultivate patience, and trust that God's timing is always perfect, even when it's difficult to see. The journey may seem long and weary, but resilience built during hardship is a strength that no amount of wealth can replace. In this way, financial trials become less about what you lack and more about what God is growing within you. Throughout the Bible, patience and resilience are highlighted as qualities that prepare us for God's purpose. In James 1:3-4, we are reminded, "The testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." This passage speaks directly to the struggles you face. Your financial trials are shaping you, refining you, and preparing you to walk in a deeper purpose. It's in these moments of difficulty that patience grows, as you learn to trust God's timing rather than the world's standards of success. Imagine viewing each financial challenge as a step closer to a stronger, more resilient version of yourself, the version that God has always intended you to become. When you embrace patience in the face of hardship, you are building a faith that is unshakable, a resilience that carries you through all of life's seasons. This journey teaches you to look beyond the immediate discomfort and recognize the beauty of what God is crafting in your soul. Every struggle becomes a part of your story, a testament to the faith that endures, even when tested. God's purpose for you extends far beyond financial stability. He is preparing you for something greater, something that cannot be measured by material wealth. Patience cultivated through financial struggles allows you to let go of the constant pursuit of what the world defines as success. Instead, you learn to find peace and contentment in God's provision, in knowing that He is working through every moment of lack to align you with His eternal purpose. Your resilience, your ability to keep moving forward in faith, becomes a light for others who face similar challenges. Imagine how inspiring your story could be, not just to yourself, but to those around you, as a testimony of patience and faith in God's plan. When you learn to embrace patience and resilience, you are not only surviving, you are thriving in God's grace. This strength enables you to face any future trial, knowing that God's timing and purpose are always at work. Financial hardships may persist, but they will no longer define your worth or your path. Instead, they become the very tools through which God builds within you a spirit that endures. Together, let's continue to seek wisdom, strength, and faith, turning every trial into an opportunity to grow closer to God and live fully within His divine plan. Trusting God's provision over material wealth. Are you questioning why financial abundance feels out of reach, despite your dedication to walking in faith and aligning yourself with God's will? It's a common struggle, one that leaves many chosen by God feeling both weary and unsure. When the world equates wealth with success, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. You may wonder, why would God allow this? Or, how can I learn to trust in His provision? But what if this season is an invitation from God, calling you to a deeper understanding of true security and faith in Him? In God's kingdom, wealth is defined differently. Financial abundance, though comforting, can often lead us to depend on what we can control rather than on God's perfect provision. For those set apart for a divine purpose, God often uses financial struggle to shift our perspective from material stability to spiritual security. This doesn't mean He's withholding blessings. Rather, He's inviting you to learn a profound truth: that real security lies in His unchanging presence, not in fleeting wealth. Consider how the Bible reveals this truth through the journey of the Israelites. In their time in the wilderness, God provided for them not by giving them great riches, but by sending manna each day, meeting their needs moment by moment. This divine provision wasn't just about sustenance. It was a powerful lesson in trust. God was teaching them, and now teaches us, that when He is at the center, every need will be met in His timing and His way. Imagine embracing this lesson, seeing each financial challenge as a step toward trusting God more completely, releasing the fear that can come with the desire for wealth. In times of financial difficulty, the temptation is to focus on lack. Yet God is calling you to see beyond what's missing, to view your life through the lens of His provision. Each day, each moment of need becomes an opportunity to depend on Him and to believe that He is working in ways we cannot see. This isn't easy. It takes a profound act of faith to trust that even when the numbers don't add up, God is sustaining you. But for the chosen ones, this level of trust is a gift that far outweighs material riches. It's the kind of faith that knows true security lies in God's promises, promises that stand firm even in the face of adversity. Imagine the freedom of living a life where you are no longer defined by what you possess, but by the confidence that God is providing exactly what you need. This trust isn't about denying your desires. It's about recognizing that God's plan often surpasses our understanding. He may be using this season to draw you closer, to show you that His provision comes not just through wealth, but through a peace that transcends earthly concerns. With each financial trial, you are invited to look past what the world promises and see the true wealth of a life deeply connected to God's presence and purpose. Let this time of struggle remind you that God's blessings may not always come in the form of money, but they come in forms that nourish your soul, bring you peace, and align your heart with His will. When you shift your focus from material wealth to divine provision, you free yourself from the constant chase and step into a life of true abundance, one that only God can provide. Together, we'll continue this journey, learning to trust in God's unfailing provision, letting go of fear and embracing the peace that only He can give. Discovering true contentment in God, not in riches. Are you feeling the weight of financial stress, wondering why peace feels so distant even when you're striving to stay true to God's path? Financial struggle can be isolating, especially when you see others around you thriving. You may find yourself asking, why can't I experience the same comfort? Or, is there something I'm missing? But what if this season of lack is an invitation from God to discover a profound and lasting contentment, one that goes far beyond material wealth? In a world that often equates happiness with financial success, it's natural to feel that abundance will bring peace. Yet, for those chosen by God, the true path to contentment may look different. God often uses seasons of financial struggle to teach a powerful lesson: that joy, peace, and satisfaction come not from wealth, but from a heart anchored in Him. This doesn't mean you're expected to ignore your needs. Rather, God is calling you to find fulfillment that lasts, one rooted in your connection with Him and not in the temporary security of riches. Think about the words of the Apostle Paul in Philippians 4:11-13, where he says, "I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation." These words echo a timeless truth. that true contentment is a spiritual state, independent of what we have or lack. God may be using this time of financial limitation to draw you closer to this truth, showing you that your joy and peace are grounded in Him alone. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of peace that isn't dictated by your bank balance, but by confidence in God's unwavering presence. This kind of contentment frees you from the anxiety of trying to keep up with worldly expectations. Financial struggle, as difficult as it may feel, is an opportunity to release your need for control and trust that God is guiding your path, providing exactly what you need for this moment. It's in letting go of the world's definition of success that you make room for God's definition, one that brings a feeling of deep, unshakable peace. This peace and contentment in God allow you to redefine wealth. Wealth becomes not what you accumulate, but the spiritual richness you carry within. When you find contentment in God, you begin to understand that material abundance cannot buy the tranquility of a heart aligned with His will. This is a transformative realization, one that changes how you view success, prosperity, and happiness. Instead of seeing wealth as the ultimate goal, you see it as a resource, of one that comes and goes, but does not define your worth or your relationship with God. Imagine the strength and freedom that come from this perspective. When you embrace contentment in God, you are no longer swayed by the highs and lows of financial circumstances. You carry a peace that the world cannot take away, a peace that is rooted in your identity as a beloved child of God. This contentment, this deep-seated satisfaction, enables you to live fully in the present, grateful for each blessing, and confident that God's plan is unfolding in ways that surpass human understanding. So, if financial struggles have challenged your sense of peace, let this be an invitation to discover a richer, more fulfilling contentment in God. Trust that He is using this time to draw you closer, teaching you that your value, your joy, and your peace are found in Him alone. Embrace this journey toward true spiritual wealth, and watch how your life transforms from one of worry to one of unwavering faith and peace. Join us as we continue to explore how God's wisdom reveals true contentment and peace, helping us to live fully in alignment with His purpose for our lives. As we close this journey together, I invite you to see your financial struggles through a new lens, one of divine purpose and spiritual growth. Every hardship you face is not a reflection of failure, but an opportunity for transformation. A call to rely not on material wealth, but on the enduring wisdom and provision of God. This season of financial challenge may be refining you and preparing your heart and spirit to embrace a richer, more fulfilling life aligned with His purpose. Remember, God's plan is often beyond our understanding, yet He calls us to trust in His timing and His intentions. Through these financial trials, you are being shaped into a person of resilience, integrity, and deep faith. In His wisdom, God is drawing you closer, teaching you to find peace, strength, and true contentment, not in riches, but in His love and guidance. If this message resonates with your spirit, please like this video and subscribe to Christian Philosophy Daily. Join us as we continue to explore how God's divine wisdom can transform our struggles into profound growth and guide us toward a life of meaning, trust, and faith. Let's walk this path together, uncovering the truths that connect us deeply with God's eternal purpose for each of us.